I want to remind you that this is a celebration, but kind of a formal celebration. So we have like football games where we act a little bit different than we act in an auditorium when we're here for a celebration. So I want you to sit up a little bit straighter. Put your feet on the ground, hands to yourself. Remind yourself like what this formal occasion means. We are going to be celebrating some people who met some specific criteria for our school for success. And not everybody gets these awards, but we know that everybody in here is working to strive towards some personal goals. So I want you to think about yourself and what you struggle with and what you're proud of, and celebrate those things for yourself while we celebrate the people who met this criteria. I have a quote up here from a 7th grade student. When I was in their classroom, they were working on quality quotes and writing about what this quote means to them, and I thought this one really caught the growth mindset, so I chose it. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary, and this is Vince Lombardi. And some of the things that the student said were, to have success in anything, you have to put in the work. You have to do something about what you want. You can't just wait for things to come to your reach and to just magically appear. And then he talks a little bit about like some people have luck, and yes, luck can play into part of it. But that the more you work, the more chance you have to reach your goals. He talks about if you were starting a business, that you'd have to start from the bottom up and slowly learn and progress until you got to the level where you were successful. And that sometimes starts with quite a bit of failure before you get to that level. And then he says, you have to put in the effort to learn and to use the best possible strategy to progress faster. And that is the most important part of the growth mindset. It's not, actually effort is a big part of it, but it's not just how hard you work, it's how you work. It's the effort, the tools that you're using, and the strategies to be most efficient and to be most effective. So I want to ask you right now, raise your hands, who is a person that might be able to help you with those strategies to progress more quickly towards your goals? Beverly. Okay, so Ms. Mulroy, your counselor, your crew teacher, yeah, fist bumps to Mulroy. Your counselor, your crew teacher, and really any of your teachers. Luke? So any of your teachers, including Ms. Von Stein. Who else could you ask for help besides teachers and a counselor? Emmeline? Your parents can help you with strategies. Delaney? And your friends, yes, your friends. And you know, the friends can actually help you or harm you. And so you have to think about that. Am I being the kind of friend right now that really helps my friend meet their goals, or am I pulling them off the path? You'll see another example in the bottom of this essay that talks about how friends can help or hurt. So besides parents, counselors, friends, and teachers, you also might have mentors in your life, like buddy program mentor, or a neighbor, or somebody who has an interest, like a coach that you have. All these people can help you with tools and strategies to get better at your goals. So the final couple of sentences here. I think I would say that this quote applies in my daily life because I need to do my best and put in my full effort in homework, assignments, quizzes, and tests. If I want to get a 4, I have to earn it and not just wait and play games and waste my time. I really like this quote. It's short but really true and relatable, and it also has a small joke. Do you get the joke? So success comes before work in the dictionary, because it does, but in life, you don't get success without work. Get it? Okay. You'll notice some people up here on stage with me. I have Elise Shaw and Brittany Gosha. These are high school seniors at Basalt High School, and they are going to share with you some information about their Capstone Project. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about college and career readiness and kind of what you need to be doing to prepare yourself for that high school level and then the steps beyond that. They were both in my 5th grade class, so I'm really proud of them. A couple of things that both employers and colleges are looking for. Actually, it's more than a couple, because a couple would be 2. It's a few. So one thing that they're looking for is finding your interests and passions, looking for something that you care deeply about, and then trying to make that part of your life, whether it be for your career or a hobby. But people are looking for someone who just really finds something they love and then dives into it. In this case, we have Wyatt up here, who's also a Basalt High School student, and he's working on some glass. His family owns a glass blowing studio, and right now they've poured the molten glass into this mold, which is taken from like an antique stove, and he is using a metal bar with gloves on because it's really hot to roll out that lava, that molten glass, so that it all fits into the petals of the flower to put that on a vase. And that was something that I thought was a good example of somebody pursuing their passions. In his life, he has this available in his home, and some of you might have something that your parents are doing that you get to participate in, or it might be something not even related to your parents' interests. It might be your own personal interest, and you try to find ways to get to do that. The other thing that colleges and employers are looking for is people who are contributing to others, who are trying to make a difference. And I know, raise your hand if you have ever been in Ms. Bright's flex class. Okay, so some of the projects that you've done, what project did you do? Is that Dayton? What project did you do in that class? Or have you done it yet? What kind of project? How are you contributing? What, how? Have you done it yet? So what did you do? Okay, serving food to the homeless. That was one way to contribute to the community. Who else has done something to contribute to the community, either in that flex class or in your life? Teddy. Set up a fundraiser and raise money for the animal shelter. Any other ways that you've been able to contribute? Avery. Cleaning trash around the salt. Did you guys organize that yourselves? Yeah, that's huge. So think about what you can do to make a difference for other people and try to tie it to the things that you're interested in. And then the last one on our list is getting involved. Just being involved in sports, clubs, activities. At our school we have Lego robotics. We have some kids who are now in 6th grade who created their own drawing club. We have yearbook, which right now all of our applicants are 5th and 6th graders, except for maybe 2. So looking for how you can get involved, okay, 30. How you can get involved in something like that where you're contributing and exploring something new to challenge yourself. We have all kinds of athletics, and then other activities. The science night that we have coming up on November 30th. Things like going out with the Roaring Fork Conservancy for their river cleanups that they do each year. Getting involved in something like Tai Chi or Subak Do. We have some students who've made presentations to larger groups. So those are just some activities that not only help you build your own personal character, but also something that people are looking for, especially if you stick with something for a long time. Okay, so without further ado, I'd like to talk a little bit about these capstone projects for when you graduate from high school. This is another example of how people are giving back. We have a couple of crew classes in our school who are getting ready to train everybody in our school, and then the parents, about our composting and recycling program. It's pretty complicated, and we're excited to have them in charge. And then I know Mr. Ruffley's class has created a way to celebrate teachers and students, and that's another way to contribute, so keep up the hard work. So when you get to high school, there's this rite of passage. In order to graduate, they're expecting you to do your own personal project. And you have to do something related to your interests and something that contributes. And so Brittany and Elise are here to talk about Elise's Capstone Project, Charity Water. And I have emailed the teachers this video because the sound's not working in the auditorium right now. So we're just gonna have them share with you everything that they have about this fundraiser that's starting next week.
Hi guys, I'm Elise Shaw. This is my friend Brittany Gosha. She's going to help me complete my capstone project for this year. I've decided to do a project called Charity Water, and I am basically just fundraising for wells to get people to access to clean water in places that they don't have it.
Alright, so Capstone is a project that you put on by yourself, and you go out and find a community expert that's like that has to do with like your values and interests, and you just do a project, and it really shows like more about you, and it looks really good on your college resume.
So as she said, you have to go out and find a project that you are interested in. So one of the reasons why I chose Charity Water was because I've done a lot of traveling and seen some of the direct impacts on people that don't have access to clean water. And I have also been around, one of my family friends adopted 2 little girls from Ethiopia, and they had diseases that they will live with for the rest of their life because of the dirty drinking water. So I chose this charity in particular, Charity Water, because I like their mission and what they stand for. There are a lot of organizations out there for clean drinking water and building wells around the world, but Charity Water donates 100% of what they raise to build clean wells. And they also send us a picture of the wells they built, which I thought was a cool little touch. So we will be doing Penny Wars next week from Monday through Friday. I'm sure you guys have all done Penny Wars in your years, but we will be doing it next week for Charity Water. Again, 100% of the money that we raise will go directly towards building wells and helping a ton of people. So starting Monday and ending Friday, there will be 4 jars in the office by grade level. So I'm sure you've all done it, but put your spare pennies into your grade's jar, and each penny will count 1 positive point towards your grade. So if you put 20 pennies, that's 20 positive points towards your grade. Put your silver coins and dollar bills in other grades' jars to make them lose points. So like a nickel would take away 5 points from that grade's jar. All of the money will go straight there, so put as many pennies and other dollars as you would like in there. Silver coins and dollars will go negative and pennies will go positive. And at the end of the week on Friday, we will count the money, and whoever has the most positive points will get an ice cream party for that grade. The ice cream parties will be happening in crew classes, but the whole grade gets it. So that will be happening next week, all week. And the jars will be in the office. Do you guys have any questions? Okay. Okay, thank you guys. We will see you next week.
Let's see how much money we can raise for Charity Water and try to build wells across the world. So, one last reminder before we hand out our honor roll and Longhorn Pride certificates. You want to think about right now, what are your personal interests and passions? How are you looking to contribute to others, and what kind of fits with those passions for you to be able to contribute? And then, how are you going to get involved, or how are you being involved? So 2 quick reminders. Number 1, congratulations to those of you who achieved that goal of honor roll and Longhorn Pride. And I hope that you continue to strive towards your goals. Reminder that we have the Penny Wars starting when? Monday. For what organization? Charity Water. One last reminder. Remember to pursue your interests and passions. Middle school is a time where you're really developing into your unique self. And remember to rock that. You are who you are, and that's what makes you what's going to make a difference in the world. If you're like everyone else, you're probably not going to be the one that stands out and makes a difference. So try to figure out how you're unique and what your passions and interests are and how you can use those to get involved and to contribute to others. I hope that you meet your goals next quarter.